This is just a quick lecture excuse me, covering an overview of renal physiology that will obviously be discussed in more detail. First up, this image here details for you the three major physiological processes that play out within the kidney in order to ultimately produce urine. You should definitely understand the names of these three processes, where they are occurring, and also, as we get into this later on, you'll need to know more about what all is involved with these processes. So, the first process occurs within the renal corpuscle, and that process is called glomerular filtration. With glomerular filtration, this is a process of basically filtering blood. This process is an indiscriminate one, meaning that when you look at the filtration of blood during the process of glomerular filtration, blood, once it is filtered, possibly useful items like glucose and water and a variety of other items will be filtered along with waste products. So the process of filtration doesn't just remove waste, it just simply does what its name implies, which is to filter blood. So once again, that's glomerular filtration. Occurs within the renal corpuscle. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Next up, we've got the second and the third processes. These both play out within the renal tubule and also the collecting duct. These are going to be called tubular reabsorption. And in tubular reabsorption, possibly useful items like the water, like the glucose, and the other components of blood that do get filtered, they will literally be reabsorbed. So they move from the filtrate, which will be within the renal tubule, back in the blood. Notice the direction of the arrow here. So you should definitely know the direction in which tubular reabsorption occurs. Tubular secretion involves taking potential waste products like ammonia and urea and other waste and moving them from the blood and secreting them into the filtrate to become a part of urine. So like I said, that process of filtration within the renal corpuscle is indiscriminate. It doesn't mean that when you filter blood you remove all the potential waste products. So due to that fact, you may need to have this third process, tubular secretion, account for some of those wastes. And once again, that would involve removing the waste or taking the waste from the blood and allowing it to enter the tubule, and therefore it becomes a part of the filtrate and ultimately a part of urine. So that's your overview of renal physiology. Like I said, we'll talk more in depth about each one of these three processes in some upcoming lectures here.